Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I edit my photos through Lightroom. In my last video I did a behind the scenes photo shoot, so the images from that are what I'm editing today. So if you do want to see those on Instagram, follow me at Alannah Jade Photography, and yeah, let's get into the video. So I've now got all my images into Lightroom, so I clicked import and got them all from my SD card. So they're all in here. So now I'm going to go up here to develop, and I go through and rate them. His first ones were just test shots. So I'll go through and click either 1, 2, so on your keyboard you can click 1, set rating, and then down the bottom here you can see the star changes. So if you click 4, you get 4 stars, 5 stars. Usually I just click 1 star and then I can categorize them through that. So I'm going to go through and rate them, and I'll be back in a moment. So I've now chosen all my images, so they're all down here and they're all starred. I chose 61 out of 560. A lot of photos. And now let's choose one to edit for you. We'll go one of these, I reckon. What have we got? We'll go this one. So we'll let it load. It's all loaded. So down the side here, I do have my own presets. So I've got the first one here, I've got Bahamas, and then I've got Bali, Mauritius, centering, that one's a bit more red toned. And then my Spain one. I think I'm going to go Bali. So I start off with that. So if you want to have a look at my settings, they're just on here. So my exposure is -20, and then we've got -8 for contrast. Highlights are brought down, shadows have been brought up, whites are the same, blacks have been brought down, and then I brought up the clarity a bit in the texture. And if we come down here, if you did want to get this, so the way I get this so she's more brown is your luminance. So if it's on 0, see how she brightens up a heap? I just bring it down. If you bring it down a lot, then they look a bit... I usually take it down to around 30. So if I go here, so this is before and after. There's not that much difference. I've just changed. I brought the shadows up here so you can see more inside of here, and then I've darkened this all a little bit so it was a bit bright on this side. But I can do another one. So that one's just using a preset that I've already made. And then let's do one of these. So we'll do this one here. I like really saturated colors. I'm not very fond on greens and I don't know, all the vibrant colors. I like to, so we're just going to bring the exposure up, and we'll play around with the contrast, bring it up a little bit, highlights. Really, you just play around a lot. I like to have a go at everything. See some of them. I don't ever use the tonal curve. I've never really figured out how to use it. I don't like to use it. I'd prefer to just do it all individually. Bring that up a tiny little bit. Then we'll go into the colors. So I desaturate the greens. Want to bring a little bit of luminance in there. Desaturate the yellows a bit as well. And already we've changed it heaps. So there's not a lot that I really do. I just desaturate the greens, but I do know that Sarah likes greens, so I will be leaving them in for her images, but the ones that I'm posting on my Instagram will have desaturated colors. So for her photos, I will probably send them to her a bit more like that maybe. So it's just not as bright. Oh, bring that up a tiny little bit. So I just brought the highlights down. That's why it's darkened even though I have brought the exposure up. So the colors are pretty good. You can come over here and change, where is it? Here we go. Nope, not that one. Where is it? Here, as shot. You can change how you shot it. So I just shot it through manual. I always shoot through manual. So my settings are up here. They're ISO 100. I shot 200 millimeters and f-stop was 280 and then 1/80th of a second. So it was a cloudy day, so you can change it to cloud. It doesn't really do that much difference. So as shot and then cloudy. It takes out a bit of the yellow in her skin, so she's not as yellow. And then I'd probably crop this one as well. I hold down shift when I do it, so then it stays the same shape. So this is your before and after. So there's before and there's after, so there's not that much difference really. But then again, as I said, for my photos, I would bring down the greens like this and the yellows a bit too. So it looks more like that. Maybe bring the luminance down a bit more. Bring up the highlights a little bit. Let's see how close I got to my preset. So that one's very orange. This one, I didn't do too bad. Probably dehazed it a little bit as well. I like to dehaze. Makes it, if you go too much, it's very contrasty. But just a little bit, it will bring more depth into. If I go back down, it just brings more color, I think. It brings more definition into it. See, I really like that. And then again, I could even crop it in even more just to have to focus on this. But I like this. And you can see it over here as well, so you can see your preview. Clicking enter, and then if I go down here, I can actually bring the colors in her shirt down as well. So you can do a lot with the colors in Lightroom. I prefer to use Lightroom over Photoshop just because you can do all this. I find it much easier to use Lightroom for what's it called? When I do need to retouch my photos and skin and stuff, I do go into Photoshop, but I'll do that after I've been through Lightroom. So usually I'd set one photo like this, and then I'd go and click shift and click on all of the same in the area that I shot, and then you click sync, and then you can synchronize, and then you see down here that will change. See the greens are very dull. Very dull in these ones now. See how much change there was? And then I'd go ahead, so after I've synced them, then I'd go ahead and change each individual one just a little bit. See, this one's it's very, her skin's gotten very dark. Change that. And then the greens, bring them up a little bit. Like that. So it's not so dark. So we've got the first one. Bring the screen up a little bit. I've got the second one, and I probably crop this one in as well. Like that. And then we've got this one as well. So I also synced this one, so then I'll have to go ahead and change the greens a little bit, bring it about there, and bring her skin up a little bit as well. She's not so orange. Let me go ahead and crop this one as well. So they're the 5 that we've done today. After I do that, put them back into one, and then I will highlight all the ones that obviously I've edited. So at the moment, these ones, and then I double tap on my Mac and I click export and export here. And then I'll choose my folder. Oh, it's a bit slow today. So I can put them into my hard drive, put them on my desktop. And I usually just save them as a JPEG if I'm just giving them to clients. And I will put my watermark on all of them. So that's my logo just in the bottom corner around here in the photo. Yeah, hope you guys liked this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did want to check out the final images, they will all be on my well, not all of them, but most of them will be on my Instagram and on my stories and on my feed. So I will put my Instagram link on the screen, and it will also be in the description. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next Friday.